Hey guys, this is Chris Blair and another episode of Stories Behind the Songs here at the Listening Room Cafe in Nashville, Tennessee. And today I'm really excited to have a friend of mine, Baylor Wilson, here with us. She has got a lot of really cool things happening, someone to watch for. She plays here quite a bit, and it's good to have you.
Thank you. I'm good, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
This is awesome.
So you have an interesting story about how you got to Nashville and got started.
I do.
You know, the object of this is basically to kind of like fill everybody in on what it's like to be a writer, and especially in your case as an artist.
Yeah.
And, you know, just giving people that want to do this like inspiration and, you know, all of that. So let's kind of walk through
how I got here.
Dallas, Texas to Nashville.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in Dallas, and it's crazy. Looking back now, I'm like, how the heck did I get here? It's been almost 5 years, but basically graduated high school at a performing arts high school for dance. Didn't really expect to go into music, but I had picked up a guitar around 17 and just fell in love with writing and kind of like diary entry bull crap at first. And then dance kind of led into this like artsy side of me that I was really chasing after. And so music and dance really like kind of fell together at the same time. But May of 2012, I went down to Norman, Oklahoma, actually to try out for a cheerleader there, which is a whole other random side of me. I grew up in a cheerleading gym. My mom owns a gym, and I grew up as the boss's kid and running around coaching everybody and bossing everybody around, and it was crazy. But I went down to Norman after my senior year, or at the end of my senior year, to try out for cheerleader. Still kind of chasing the music stuff, but not really yet. I didn't really think it was possible to actually have a career in this music industry. So I tried out for cheerleader, ended up not making the team, which was devastating at the time, like heartbreaking. And then my mom and I were staying at this bed and breakfast, and it was just us two, and it was a tiny place in Norman, and we walked across the street for breakfast the morning after I found out I didn't make the team. And the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band was staying there, which I didn't know who that was at the time, which is sad. But I didn't know who it was, and so my mom was like, come on, Baylor, you and me go fishing in the dark. You know this. And I was like, okay, yeah, I do. So we ended up talking to them, and this was like a random Saturday afternoon in Norman, and it was just us and just them at this bed and breakfast. And for me, it was like a complete God moment. An epiphany, crazy like angel story, where these random, you know, older men in an old country band are in Norman, Oklahoma, with me and my mom, these two crazy Texas women here, just kind of meeting at this point. And Jeff Hanna, the lead singer, ended up kind of becoming a friend of mine throughout this day, and I ended up playing him some songs, and he said, quote unquote, what the hell are you doing in Norman, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
And that's when I said, I don't know anymore. And he said, you got to come to Nashville. So that's how I got here. And now me and Jeff and his wife, Matresa Berg, are all really good friends. I call them my Nashville parents, and write songs with Matresa now. And it's just kind of a crazy, weird, every time I tell the story, I'm like, is this real?
Yeah.
Because it's real, but it's crazy.
It's so cool. I mean, I think it is, it's a God moment, you know?
Completely.
Just chasing one dream,
Yeah.
and and I'm glad it did, because you're doing awesome.
Thank you.
I love your voice. I
Thank
love what
you.
you're doing, and you know, it's really cool to watch your career kind of keep
Unfold.
going, and yeah, just.
It's awesome. I will say probably the second chapter to like the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band was this past summer. I got to open for them, which was kind of like, what? Like, you know, I didn't think that was possible ever. And then when it happened, I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like, I know there's a plan. I know something's going to happen. I don't know when, but things are already happening clearly, like you said. So it's cool. It's just good to be reminded that
Right.
I have stuff going on. Because sometimes as artists and as songwriters, we get so hard on ourselves, and we think like, I don't have any good songs. You know, this is so competitive. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, where your waiter and your, you know, lawn guy write songs that are better than you. And yeah, it's just tough, but it's cool when something happens like that. Or when someone tells you they believe in you, like Jeff did.
Let's talk a little bit more about that, because I think that's important, that, you know, it is, we put ourselves in a 5x5 room and talk about how we feel that day, what we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And,
Who broke up with who?
Yeah. So, we try to chase these lyrics and these ideas of, and come up with these songs. So,
Yeah.
let's talk about, one of your songs, "True to Me," and the process of that, and how that came about, how it got started, and all of that.
Absolutely. So this song is really cool because we started it 3 years ago. Me, Leland Grant, and Nick Sturms got together, and I think it was like the second song we had ever written together. And I had a melody and a verse idea and a chorus idea, and I kind of played for them what I had. And then we cleaned it up, and we thought we had it finished. And then now, 3 years later, I've been playing this song forever. But 3 years later, after I signed my deal, I had some people say, "I think there's a bridge. I think you're missing something. I think you need a little more. Why don't you go back and dig?" And as a songwriter, we can get real hard-headed and say, "No, it's finished." Like, absolutely not. And so I decided to tap into that, and me and Leland and Nick got back together like a couple months ago and finished the song, and now it has a bridge. But the song as a whole, the meaning and the message is exactly what the title is, which is "True to Me," and just staying true to yourself. That's a huge thing for me, a huge important goal that I have for myself, to never, try and be someone else. You can, have influences all day. I love that. But copying people to a fault can get just, it's not genuine, and people know that and they can hear it.
Yep.
So that's what this song is about, and it's like my fun, quirky, goofy kind of song, but everything's real, every line. So.
Awesome. Well, let's hear it.
Cool. All right. I wanna drive across the map, rocking my baseball cap, sing along to gangster rap. I don't care if I look pretty. I wanna let myself be young, comfortable doing something dumb, all for the sake of fun, even if it ends up shitty. Well, if I don't try, I won't know what it's like to follow my own feet. If I don't care what they say, I'll get there, I'll be okay. That's all I need to relax and let me be. Only true to me. Oh, I wanna learn to Southern cook every meal in Grandma's book. Take the apron off the hook, get my hands dirty. I want a boy as weird as me, wears his chucks and vintage tees. Star Wars fan, you better believe I like a nerdy. If I don't try, I won't know what it's like to follow my own feet. If I don't care what they say, I'll get there, I'll be okay. That's all I need to relax and let me be. Only true to me. Oh, I You don't judge me while I go on and do mine. Oh, oh, oh. Just relax and let me be. Only true to me.
Yes. Yeah, love that.
Thank you.
Great bridge too. I think that
Thanks.
was- yes.
I think it
yes.
needed it.
Yeah. Good. So, all right, I'm like super excited because I want to switch away from music for a minute.
Yes, let's switch.
So,
You have to.
I want to talk about, like, a lot of people may not know about this, but
It's been a while.
Baylor and her mom were on Survivor and made it to the top 5. And like, I just think that's so cool, and I just want to
Thank
hear
you.
about like
What it
parasites
was?
and stuff.
It was insane. Okay, first and foremost, we talked before this started, but it's all real, okay? I lost 21 pounds. I got a parasite. It was disgusting. I didn't shower for 37 days. I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't shave. Like, seriously, everything's real. It's disgusting. But it is the best experience I've ever had. So even all that physical stuff that sounds like, you know, you wouldn't be able to do it, like everyone's like, I wouldn't be able to do it. That wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was the mental game of it all. So being on an island with 17 other strangers who have the exact opposite personality of you, who you just wouldn't ever hang out with. That's the point, is the casting
Yeah.
people, they purposefully get people who wouldn't regularly like each other on an island to live together and try and team up and vote people out, and it's a chess game. It's insane. And I had never been challenged that way mentally before until Survivor.
So what was like one of the coolest things that you did and one of the grossest things you did? Like, I just want to like,
Yeah.
this is like a whole nother episode I want to have like with
Okay,
you, but
okay.
yeah.
We can. Seriously,
Okay.
I can get really into detail. But the coolest thing that I can think of right now, the whole thing was cool, but the coolest thing was I got a reward for winning a challenge. If you watch the show, you know what that means. But basically, you do these athletic challenges. Sometimes they're mental, sometimes they're athletic. But I won, and I got to go horseback riding in Nicaragua, which is where it was, like a private horseback riding tour through like the beautiful parts of Nicaragua. And this, helicopter with the camera guys is just swirling us, and you get these beautiful shots, and it's insane. Like, I wish that they would let me have that footage just so I could have it.
Yeah.
But they won't. But I kind of like that I won't ever have it again, because I just have this, it's just me and my mom and then Natalie, another girl on the show, who got to do it. And it was just our moment and our day. And then we got to go back to this fancy Mexican, like, beautiful mansion where it's all you can eat, and like a beautiful pool and a hot tub, and like just insane. It was literally like, I felt like a princess, being taken to like a magical wonderland.
Yeah.
It was insane. We got to like feed some pigs, and like, it was just really cool. That was the coolest moment. I think the grossest moment, for me, there's a lot of gross moments, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, but I don't know. I think like having to sleep in the sand, and at night everything's crawling on you. I'm sure there were snakes. I fell asleep. A lot of people don't sleep out there, but I actually made myself sleep. But I'm sure there were rodents all over me, and ants and bugs. The bug bites were probably the grossest thing and the worst. I get bit all the time in general, but out there, there's little sand bugs, and then there's like mosquitoes everywhere, and you're just, yeah, that was probably the grossest thing. I didn't have to eat anything that was alive, but I did eat bugs every once in a while, and you're starving.
Yeah.
You're desperate. You're like, you're losing your mind too while you're out, so it's insane. I got to experience like the stripping of everything that you have and usually would have.
So during the aftermath, like when you got back and everything's like, you showered and
Right.
washed the sweaters off your teeth and
Yeah.
all of that, and it's all kind of sinking in. What would you say was like the biggest takeaway, taking us back into music, like just kind of like not giving up and pushing through and all of that?
Absolutely. So I always connect it back to music in the sense of it's a game, which I don't think a lot of people like to hear. But I think it's true. I think that you kind of have to play the game, and not in a manipulative way like Survivor. I think you can play it with an honest, genuine heart and goal, which is what I want to do. But you still have to learn different personalities, and there's all kinds in the music industry, and you have to deal with that. And sometimes you don't like the people you're working with. But I think Survivor really set me up and prepared me for different personalities across the board, being able to talk to anyone. I mean, I heard stories like of all backgrounds. It was insane, and dealing with it well. Now on the island, I didn't do a very good job because I was still like, wow, this person's real. Like, I don't even like you, But here now, back in Nashville, I mean, most people here are awesome, right? But you come across people every once in a while where you just don't get them.
Yeah.
Sometimes in co-writes, you get set up on a co-write and you're like, I don't really know if we come from the same cloth. But that's what challenges me the most, and I love it because sometimes you get a great song.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that I took away just being open-minded to everybody, all walks of life, and just being prepared to come across all of it. I love people now a lot more. I loved people before, but now I'm like, wow, I see how awesome you are, and you're different than me.
You are that kind of person. That's one thing I've always noticed about you is that you just you'll talk to anybody. You're not afraid to talk to a stranger. You're always anytime that I ever see you in here or wherever, you're just bubbly and happy and
Well, thanks. I mean, I'm not
genuine
always happy,
person. No, you are. I'm sure that you've never had a bad moment. No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't watch Survivor. You'll see lots of tears. No, but I appreciate that. That's my goal, is just to get to know people. That's what we're here for. Human beings are cool.
I think that's really going to be an important thing for you, for your artistry too, because there are those artists that I'm sure you've got some, I've got some, that people that I looked up to for a long time, and I loved their music, and then in this industry, I finally got the chance to meet them, and then it was just a huge letdown, and they're not the kind of people that you thought they were, and
it's a bummer.
They're not genuine, and they're not nice, and all this stuff, and then I've got the other ones that I grew up loving Lone Star. And when I had my band and we toured, I covered a lot of their songs. And now Dean Sams and Richie McDonald, they're dear friends of mine.
Which is
and,
so
it's
cool.
So you've got both sides of that.
Yeah.
But with what you're doing, I think that's going to be a huge part of your success, because you're always just willing to talk to everybody and be nice, and you are genuine. And
well, thank you. I appreciate that. And some days I don't do well, and others I do better. But that's my goal.
Yeah.
And if people don't want to have it, then that's okay.
You're just going to stay true to me.
I'll just stay true to me. Yes. Bring it back in. That's
yes. So speaking of artistry, I mean, you've got your EP that you put out April, right? So
wow, I'm glad you remembered that, because I didn't remember.
And you've got the new single, and just so things are really,
things are
looking
moving.
Good. Yeah.
It's doing well. I think when you get here, like I said earlier, in Nashville, you start to think you're behind, because you become friends with your idols, or you become friends with people who are a little bit ahead of you as far as industry standards go. And I feel like I constantly have to remind myself that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's all I can do, and I'm doing great things. And so when people come up to me, or this moment right now where you're like, Baylor, you've got a lot going on, I have to really believe that and trust that that's exactly what is true. So yes, I do have a single out. It's called Turnaround, and it's awesome, and the music video is on CMT right now, which is really cool, and it's been playing, and I get texts all the time from people. I haven't seen it on TV yet, but everyone else has.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And we're going back into the studio finally, actually in 2 weeks, to record another project. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I'm excited. But we're still writing out this last EP because everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, as a songwriter, you're like, I wrote that song 3 years ago, and it's just now seeing the light of day, which is fine. That's why you write great songs, and you pick and choose which ones you want to put out. But yeah, I'm excited. I got a lot going on.
So what was the meaning behind that song?
Turnaround was, interestingly enough, 3 years ago, like I said, we wrote it, me, Leland Grant, and Brianna Tyson. And we got together at my old house before I had a pub deal or anything, and we didn't have really an idea. This song, actually, I woke up from a dream, and all I had was, turn around, turn around. That's all I had. Didn't know what it meant. I was like, this is stupid. Like, this is not even gonna be a thing. And we were going through ideas and whatever, and then I sang that. I was like, I woke up from a dream last night, this is what I had. And they were like, what? That's the chorus. Like, let's do it. So we ended up coming up with an idea, but all bringing in our own life experience of breakup and just wanting the person that's leaving you to turn around one more time, whether it's in their car or physically, walking out the door. And then it gets a little deeper where this song specifically, isn't about trying to get back together with somebody or trying to keep them. It's just that one last, you just want them to care enough to just look one more time. Not really come back because it probably wasn't healthy anyways, but just to like, I see you, That's what this one is about specifically, so.
Turn Around, it's her single that's out right now.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Just a kiss goodnight, one last time. Our love boxed up, stacked down by the door. Your worn down key feels just like me. Thrown aside 'cause you don't want it anymore. I've gotten good at being fine, but I wanna look into your eyes one last time. So turn around, at least pretend you'll miss me, baby. Show me how you're making leaving look so easy. Not trying to stop you, don't want to try to slow you down. Just turn around. Not saying wait, I can't make you stay. Would you take a little longer backing out before you drive away? Come on, just tap the brakes. Maybe roll the windows down and turn around. At least pretend you'll miss me, baby. Show me how you're making leaving look so easy. Not trying to stop you, don't want to try to slow you down. Oh, just turn around. Oh, baby. I know you gotta go, but could you go a little bit slower? Try to look, baby, look over your shoulder and turn around. I'm begging you, baby, turn around. Oh, just turn around. At least pretend you'll miss me, baby. Show me how you're making leaving look so easy. Not trying to stop you, don't want to try to slow you down. Just turn around. Just turn around. Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of this. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have you back. So we
Thank
continue
you. I'm
to-
excited to see this and see all the other people.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun ride.
Thanks.
So before we finish, Random things that people don't know about you.
Oh gosh.
Come on now.
Right off the cuff.
Favorite food?
Well, I'm on this stupid diet right now.
Oh, come on.
Okay, favorite food, honestly, chocolate chip cookies.
Really?
Yeah. I could do cookies all day. It's really bad. Or cheddar bunnies.
Cheddar.
Have you heard
what?
of these?
No. What is that?
Oh my God, it's my favorite cheddar bunny snack. It's like Whole Foods all day. It's like goldfish but better.
I've got a road trip today. I might
And
have
you
to go
have to
find
get the
some.
extra cheddar kind.
Okay. All right. Cheddar bunnies, extra cheddar. I'm gonna check it
So
out.
good.
Let's see.
What else? Random things about me. I love snow skiing.
Okay.
I love water skiing.
Yeah.
What else? What else is weird?
What do people not know about Baylor Wilson?
What do people not know? Oh, Baylor's my middle name. My first name's
I didn't know
My
that.
first name's Kimberly. Kimberly Baylor Wilson.
Very cool.
No one knows that.
Blair's my middle name.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We're both cheating the system.
Yes, we are. Baylor, thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is Chris Blair with Stories Behind the Songs here in Nashville, Tennessee with Baylor Wilson. Make sure you check in next week. We'll have somebody else. And as always, thanks for watching.